Welcome to the First Five, where we flip the script, find God in real life, and get your soul fed in just 5 minutes flat. No fluff, no filters, just straight truth that hits different. And trust me, heaven's got something to say today. This is word that walks with you to work, rides with you in traffic, and sits right in the middle of your living room chaos. So whether you're sipping coffee, scrolling before the kids wake up, or just trying to get your mind right for the day, lock in. 5 minutes, one word, all fire. Let's flow. Good morning, family. We have made it to Soulful Sunday. Today's word is short but heavy. Remember Lot's wife. Don't let fear freeze you where your faith was supposed to free you. God's future is forward, not backward. So let's get into it. This is your first five. 5 minutes, one word, let's flow. So listen, y'all remember that old show, Fear Factor, right? They had folks eating bugs, lying in coffins with snakes, or jumping off buildings for a prize. Okay. People would face their biggest fears just to win some money. But I'm going to be real. I wouldn't even make it past the first round. Okay. The moment Joe Rogan said, tonight's dinner is tarantulas, I would have been like, all right, I'm out. Okay. And that's what fear does. It paralyzes or pushes you into crazy decisions. And in the Bible, we see the same thing with Lot's wife. God gave clear instructions. Don't look back. But fear, attachment, and second guessing made her turn around. It cost her everything. Teens, it's like trying to move on from a situationship, but still creeping on their Instagram at 2 a.m. Yeah, stop doing that. Millennials, like quitting a toxic job, but still checking your work email on vacation. Like, why? Elders, like reminiscing about the good old days so much that you miss what God is doing right now. So I titled today's message, Fear Factor. In Luke 17, Jesus is warning about urgency in following him. Lot's wife became a pillar of salt because she looked back when God's command was to move forward. The lesson, divided hearts can't survive decisive moments. Jesus ties her story to discipleship. If you cling to old life patterns, you'll miss the new life he offers. Our culture says, hold on to what makes you comfortable. But Jesus says, let go or risk losing the life you're trying to save. So let's talk truth. Looking back cost you forward. Lot's wife wasn't judged for walking too slow or for being from Sodom. She was judged because she looked back. Her eyes revealed her allegiance. She couldn't fully move forward because her heart was still tied to where God had already moved her from. That's the tragedy. She got halfway out, but never fully in. Stop rehearsing the past when God is writing a new chapter. You can't reach tomorrow's promise with yesterday's grip. Imagine trying to drive with your eyes glued to the rearview mirror. You'll eventually crash, not because the future isn't there, but because you refuse to look at it. Faith requires focus. Forward focus. My second point, culture normalizes fear. Faith neutralizes it. Fear is sneaky. Culture dresses it up as wisdom, safety, or just being practical. But really, it's fear keeping you locked in old patterns. Lot's wife thought she was just glancing back, but her glance revealed a grip. Fear of loss made her lose more. Culture says, protect yourself at all costs. Christ says, lose yourself in me and you'll gain real life. That's good. It's like hoarding expired food in your fridge because you might need it. Ugh. The truth is, you're not preserving anything. You're storing rot. Fear makes you cling to what God already called finish. Faith is letting go so God can replace it with fresh provision. Amen. And lastly, every generation must learn to let go. The fear factor of looking back doesn't skip generations. Each age group faces it differently. Teens, don't cling to popularity or approval. Peer pressure will petrify you like Lot's wife, turning you into a statue when God meant for you to shine. Millennials, bills, burnout, and comparison can't tempt you to settle in toxic cycles. But faith says, stop surviving in Sodom when God already called you out. Elders, don't idolize the good old days. Your legacy isn't locked in yesterday. It's alive in the wisdom you're still carrying forward. Salt preserves, but not when it's stuck. Your testimony is seasoning for the next generation. Where are you tempted to look back when God has already said, keep moving? And what fear is making you look back? And what step of faith do you need to take forward today? And our prayer for today. Lord, thank you for reminding me that the future is forward. Forgive me for the times I've looked back in fear. Give me courage to move into what you've prepared with no hesitation. Amen. Each time you're tempted to look back this week, whispered, forward is faith. Well, there you have it. That was your first 5. Now go live it. 5 minutes, 1 word, all fire. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, fear looks back, but faith moves forward. I'll see you back here in the morning.